I feel very sad right now. I don't know. I don't know how I can express the feeling that I have right now. But I feel very bad. I feel very bad. I feel sad. I feel upset. I've got so many emotions going on within me over the death of Nawakwi. And this is why I've decided to just speak out. I want to speak out on this issue, on the death of Nawakwi. I feel very, very bad. Very bad. My feelings are really mixed. They are really mixed. Now, one of the things that I feel, of course, I mean, somebody has died, so yeah, I feel bad. And this is somebody that I knew, you know. Of course, I didn't know Nawakwi personally, but she's one of those people that I've known from a long time when I was just young. I watched Nawakwi, you know, coming on the stage in Chilufya Stadium in Ndola, you know, when she was just young, being brought in by Basata. And she was vibrant, you know. MMD by then was in opposition. They won the elections, and Nawakwi was appointed. I think she was our first female finance minister. She was our first female finance minister, Nawakwi, and she was vibrant. She was vibrant. She was good. Yeah. It's so sad. It's really, really sad. It's sad. Anyway, it was during the time this privatization that we talk about happened when Nawakwi was actually in government and she was finance minister. The contracts that we talk about of Hakainde Hichilema having been part of the privatization that was going on, it was during the time of Nawakwi. It was during the time of Nawakwi. Fast forward, Nawakwi was in opposition, Hakainde Hichilema in opposition, and the feud started because Nawakwi used to bring out so much information about Hakainde Hichilema. And Hakainde Hichilema hated her for that. I'm doing this to respond to some of you who want to say Nawakwi hated Hakainde Hichilema. On the contrary, Hakainde Hichilema hated Nawakwi because Nawakwi used to bring out information that she knew about Hakainde Hichilema. You can be upset, you can say whatever it is, but from my point of view, Nawakwi stood for the poor. Nawakwi stood for the poor, whilst Hakainde Hichilema stood to make money. Hakainde Hichilema stood to make money, whilst Nawakwi was there standing for the poor. I want you to get it right. I want you to get it right, and I want you to know why there has been so much feud between Hakainde Hichilema and Nawakwi. I want you to understand, because some of you are actually young. You don't know where, you know, this conflict or hatred, I think I will just put it, I will just call it hatred, where this hatred between Hakainde Hichilema and Nawakwi came from. I want you to get it right. Get it right. Get it into your indoctrinated heads. I want you to get it into your indoctrinated heads, because some of you bad machine daula. You don't think properly. You just swallow whatever nonsense that you just swallow whatever nonsense that Hakainde Hichilema and UPND give you. You don't know facts. You don't know shit. You don't know anything. But you are busy talking. You talk out of ignorance. You talk out of ignorance on some of these issues. The hatred between Hakainde Hichilema and Nawakwi stems from the experience that they had, because Nawakwi knew Hakainde Hichilema very well. She knew Hakainde Hichilema very well. I mean, we must set the record straight. I want to set the record straight. As we mourn Nawakwi, we must know exactly what it is, what transpired. We must know, so that you don't go on spreading some falsehood, things that you have been cheated before. I want, as we mourn Nawakwi, we must mourn Nawakwi for the person that she is. Nawakwi stood for the poor. Hakainde Hichilema was taking from the poor. I'm telling you. Hakainde Hichilema was taking from the poor. Nawakwi was defending the poor. This is the hatred that has existed between the two. Hakainde Hichilema was taking from the poor. Nawakwi was preventing Hakainde Hichilema. She was exposing Hakainde Hichilema. So now this feud continued until in her death. And Hakainde Hichilema was so determined to punish Nawakwi. He was so determined to punish Nawakwi, such that he even wanted Nawakwi to die in prison, to go as a convict, whereby the court even wanted to move, to go in a bedroom where she's sleeping on a deathbed. On a deathbed, they wanted to go and conduct, a trial and make sure they convict Nawakwi. I am very upset, and I'm not going to pretend. Because what I'm telling you is the truth. It's the truth. Hakainde Hichilema need to stop this kind of hatred that he has for others. That man is a bitter man. That man hates other people. Hakainde Hichilema, he hates us. No doubt about it. Hakainde Hichilema, he hates us. Hakainde Hichilema hates Nawakwi. Nomba Nawakwi afwa. I hope Hakainde Hichilema umutima wenu wala pema. I hope Hakainde Hichilema umutima wenu wala pema. Umutima wenu wala ikala. Because you wanted Nawakwi to die, and I'm sure you are not even happy that she died out of her ailment. I'm sure you would have been happy for her to die out of your pain. I don't think Hakainde Hichilema is happy that Nawakwi is dead. I think he would have been happier to see Nawakwi, suffering in his hands by the pain that is inflicting on Nawakwi. That's what I think. Hakainde Hichilema, I really believe that he's not happy. He would have wanted to see Nawakwi dying out of, the pain that is inflicting on her. That's what I think. And for what? For what? You may not know the history. The history goes back to the time when Nawakwi was finance minister and Hakainde Hichilema was privatizing our assets. And Nawakwi stood against Hakainde Hichilema. Nawakwi stood against Hakainde Hichilema. She is the only person so far who was telling us the truth as it were. Nawakwi spoke about that house, Mkablonga, which Hakainde Hichilema got out of Lima Bank. Nawakwi used to tell us exactly what happened over the Lima Bank. Nawakwi told us what happened with the mines, what happens to that hotel, Mosotunya Hotel. Nawakwi knew HH, and she used to bring out this information. And Hakainde Hichilema, being the man that he is, he was not happy with Nawakwi. He was not happy. He was not happy. And that is where the fight comes from. So some of you are saying, no, Nawakwi hated Hakainde Hichilema. No, it is Hakainde Hichilema who hated Nawakwi. Nawakwi had nothing against Hakainde Hichilema. But the issues that happened during the privatization, the things that Nawakwi used to bring out, that is why Hakainde Hichilema hated her. You are talking, no, Nawakwi wanted Hakainde Hichilema to go to jail over their Atembos. Are you for real? Are you for real? What happened over their Atembos? What happened? Yes, Nawakwi brought out that issue because Nawakwi knew what transpired to the Hatembo families. Nawakwi knew. Nawakwi knew. The issue is very straightforward. No matter how much Hakainde Hichilema can even become a global president, the facts will still remain over the issue of the Hatembos. The facts will still remain. You can try to justify it, you can say whatever you want, but the facts will still remain. The Hatembo family, the story is straightforward. The Hatembo family, the Hatembo himself, the father to the Hatembos, got a loan from Lima Bank. After that, Lima Bank went into liquidation. When it went into liquidation, all of a sudden, HH played Mingala Toyakwe, and that farm is owned by Hakainde Hichilema today. You can say whatever you want, but that farm, who owns the farm? How did it change hands from Lima Bank into Hakainde Hichilema's hands? How? How did it change hands? And Nawakwi came to defend those Hatembos. Nawakwi came to defend the Hatembos. It is not that Nawakwi wanted your HH just to go to prison. No. Nawakwi came in to defend the Hatembos because the Hatembos had lost their farm. Even today as we speak, the farm is owned by Hakainde Hichilema. It is owned by Hakainde Hichilema. How did Hakainde Hichilema end up having that farm, which was belonging to a bank that he was supposed to privatize? Eh? How? How? Because it went into liquidation, and HH was part of the liquidators. And at the end of the day, he is the one owning the farm. And you people, in your mind, you want to think that, no. I mean, how dumb can you be, Nangukushinda Ulua? How dumb can you be? How dumb can you be? You can't see the dots. You can't see things for what they are. You can't see. That farm belonged to the Hatembos. To Mr. Hatembo. Mr. Hatembo dies. Later on, Hakainde Hichilema is owning the farm. You can talk about, no, this is the man that came, this is the one that bought, and whatever. Nonsense. Nonsense. Hakainde Hichilema got the farm from the Hatembos. And Nawakwi came in to defend the Hatembos so that they can get back their land. This is just the truth. Nothing else. No, hey, you are saying you have got evidence. Hakainde Hichilema, there is so much evidence. There is so much evidence against Hakainde Hichilema. There is so much evidence. Don't be fooled. My politics. Otherwise, if it wasn't for politics, Hakainde Hichilema would have gone to jail. I can tell you that. If it wasn't for politics, Hakainde Hichilema would have gone to jail. He would have gone to jail because there is so much evidence against Hakainde Hichilema. So much. You can try to deny it, you can whatever, but you can't explain some of these things. You can't deny these facts. You can't. No matter which way you look at it. No. The bottom line is Hakainde Hichilema was part of the liquidators of Lima Bank. And many of the assets at Lima Bank, they have ended up in Hakainde Hichilema's hands. So what can you say? How can you justify whatever actions Hakainde Hichilema did? What? Eh? So Hakainde Hichilema has hated that woman for exposing him. She has gone to death. But the truth that she said will still remain. Hakainde Hichilema is president. Yes, of course, we can't touch him. We can't do anything. And your PF, they were also stupid. You are stupid, your PF. Because you are the ones that allowed this nonsense. You made us look like fools. You made us look like fools. When we were bringing evidence, we were telling you this. And you were just dismissing it. Because you were also drunk with power. But this man committed crimes against people. How many people have been displaced by Hakainde Hichilema? How many people? In Southern Province, how many people? The poor people that have got no land, even their Hatembos themselves, where are they? Why did Hakainde Hichilema, remove those people? Eh? When the Hatembos were there, they were removed. We didn't see them. They were kidnapped. We couldn't see them. They only appeared when Hakainde Hichilema became president. But when they reappeared, did they give them the farm? Have they gotten back their farm? No. And they are powerless up to today. They are powerless. They can't do anything. They can't do anything. They testified in court there. They testified. Nawakwi came in to help. Nawakwi was coming to help, not to take anything. She stood for the poor. Nawakwi stood for the poor. Even in her political career, if you go and look, she was empowering women through agriculture, through various activities. That's what she stood for. She has died Nenkongole. She has died poor. She has died poor. She was a minister when they were doing privatization, but she's not. She didn't take advantage of it. Hakainde Hichilema emerged as one of the richest person. You say Hakainde Hichilema is rich. Hakainde Hichilema is rich. Where did he get the money? Where did he get the money? From privatization. Nawakwi who was a minister. She has died poor today. She has died poor. Hakainde Hichilema, who was involved in whatever, is now a rich man and is a president. These are facts. These are facts. Whether you hate me, you don't like whatever nonsense, I just bloody don't care. These are facts. Nawakwi stood for the poor. And now she has died. And I want to see you what speeches you are going to make. I want to see you what speeches you are going to make, what you are going to say. You hypocrites, you haters, you bitter people. You have let that woman die. You have let that woman die. Because ever since Hakainde Hichilema came in, he has been so much on Nawakwi, so much on Nawakwi. Even when she's sick, she's being dragged to police. If you can see, you remember there are those videos. See those videos where Nawakwi is being helped to walk, to go to the police. You are a president now. Whatever it is, okay, yes, these things happen. But you know, now that you are a president, I mean, some of these things, you just let go. You just let go. You can't continue with this bitterness. People are going to be dying in your hands. Nawakwi has died in your hands. Nawakwi has died in your hands. Nawakwi has died in your hands. Nawakwi never committed a crime. Nawakwi exposed the truth. He exposed the truth. That's what she did. Everything, all the assets that Nawakwi used to talk about, isn't it you Hakainde Hichilema owning them today? The house that Hakainde Hichilema, Nawakwi was talking about in Kablonga, isn't it yours? The Mosotunya Hotel, isn't it yours? The Ntwankane Ine Atembo farm, isn't it in your hands? So what wrong did Nawakwi do? You don't know nothing. What wrong did Nawakwi do? She didn't do anything wrong. It is Hakainde Hichilema. But you know, fine. All these things happened. Why not? Why not let go of these things? Why not let go of these things? I mean, they say when a bad leader leads, I mean, people suffer. And here we are suffering. Look at me, I'm in exile. Because Hakainde Hichilema is ruling. How many other people are running away? How many people have left the country? And how many people still want to leave the country? These things has never happened. We didn't have this. Even in Mudiba Kaunda, there was tribalism fights. Kuma 70s. We didn't have people running away. Harim Kumbula was an arch rival of Bakaunda. You never saw Harim Kumbula running away out of his country. People, at least, they had the comfort of living in their country. But now, we are turning into refugees because Hakainde Hichilema is ruling. I think I am the first Zambian to own a refugee card. I am the first Zambian to hold a refugee card under Hakainde Hichilema. And I can tell you, they gave me the card not because they know me or anything. They clearly saw that indeed there are things which are going wrong. And this is why you have even seen the human rights reports coming out saying Zambia is not respecting human rights. This is why you are seeing these reports coming out. We didn't have this kind of reports before. And you want to say, no, PF. And these reports are coming now. Look at now, Nantukwata, GBM. GBM. What are you going to say, Pali GBM? What are you going to say? Our country is fueled by hatred. There's so much hatred. There's so much bitterness stemming from the president himself. Because, I mean, I've got most of the UPND people. I mean, we talk. I can't say no, they hate me, whatever. It is only Hakainde Hichilema. And when Hakainde Hichilema stands on a position, tapadi umbifu engaged. All these other people, they are scared to do anything. They are scared. I know Jack Mwimbu would want to evacuate a GBM like yesterday, but he's scared of Hakainde Hichilema. I know. Even myself, I would have been back in the country. I would have been in the country. But because of Hakainde Hichilema, I can't come back. Unless the day Hakainde Hichilema will ever, if he will even do it, if he has got the capacity to wish. Look at Edgar Lungu. Look at Edgar Lungu. Eh? Look at Edgar Lungu. How can somebody live a healthy life? You are busy by social media. Hey, I see you and whatever. And I'm sure you are even praying. When is he gonna die? When is he gonna die? Eh? Because of this man that we have, a leader leads the country in different ways. Eh? It is too much. It is just too much. This hatred, to allow because of his hatred. Because so hatred. That's why even Zambia is failing to move forward. That's why we are even failing to develop economically. That's why we're failing. No matter to my efforts, this, because of your hatred. No, debt restructuring. Zambia was a middle income. You have brought it back. Now we are 60th among the poorest countries. Imagine that. And you are busy boasting to say, I don't know, I feel like I've done so much. Eh? What have you done? A country which was a middle class, now you have brought it down to the 10th poorest. The majority, poverty levels have increased. Eh? Because of, our country cannot move forward when we have a leader who is so bitter. Because his bitterness permeates through the society. All of us know if my emotions, kula ituka. No wonder we have not seen the kind of insults that we are seeing on social media because of the bitterness of the president. Pay many. Go and pop champagne. Go and drink tea. Go and celebrate. Nawakwi Bafwa. Too bad she didn't die in your hands like the way GBM is dying. Because with GBM, I think GBM you'll be happier. Because for GBM, you have him where you want him to be. In prison. Anyway, bye. I'm very upset. I'm telling you.